Hello everyone. So before I talk about today's topic, I was thinking there should be a way or a shortcut in DWM to align your window like vertically or vertically or horizontally, because I want. To be honest, I have some OCD and I prefer things to be aligned. But anyway, so back to the topic. Now the topic is I have been using, if you follow my channel, if you watch my videos, if you are one of those lucky few people who actually appreciate my content, and I think there are people who watch my videos because I receive comments, great thing. Now, I wanted to basically give you my experience or share with you my experience of using LaTeX, org-mode/LaTeX for generating PDF files that I share with others. So not recently, but earlier this year, I started using only LaTeX, or I should say org mode, for generating proposals. And so far, surprisingly, no one actually complained about those proposals or those documents. So not only proposals, but I was also exploring if I can use Emacs org mode for creating my invoices. For invoices, especially in UK, I don't really use org mode because I use a software which I shared. I use Free Agent, which is really convenient. For my Indian clients, I am still using LibreOffice, which I will definitely. It works, but I am happy to move away from it and do it only using org mode. Org mode, when you generate a table, when you export it to PDF using LaTeX, it works, but it doesn't really look very nice. Now, what I wanted to talk about today is that no one actually complained about why these PDF files look a bit old-fashioned, although I don't really mind it. But of course, I'm biased because I want to use org mode. But from client perspective or from other people's perspective, they might say that, yeah, this particular document is probably not very modern looking. And talking about LaTeX, I think, if I'm not wrong, I think LaTeX is quite powerful. If you want, you can actually do a lot of customizations and you can actually make like a proper modern looking document, which I will definitely do. And of course, this is what I have been doing on my channel. I share things, but my intention is not to give you like a template that use this template and okay, you'll have a wonderful document. My intention is always to learn and share my journey. For example, if I learn how to insert a horizontal line, I will not really give you like the full code or like my header, my LaTeX header, which I insert, using setup file in Emacs. I want to share these small things so that you can first figure out by searching easily, because when people search these simple things, they'll end up of course on some Reddit or Stack Overflow or some documentation. But if they can find let us say a video showing that exactly that thing, then of course it will help. And the way I use org mode or even LaTeX export, I don't really overcomplicate things, although you have those capabilities, but I try to keep things simple and maintainable, and that is why I haven't really spent a lot of time making my proposals look wonderful, like proper modern looking. I mean, there's no definition of modern looking proposal, but the proposals that I used to make using LibreOffice, I had like the first page with a background image. Of course, the image was also clicked by me, but I want to, of course, show off my photography. But the proposals that you can make with LibreOffice is something, it has a lot of, because it is what you see, what you get. And of course, you can do a lot of things. Of course, LibreOffice is not really, I know you can do things using the terminal. So you have commands like soffice, which I, of course, use to do some conversions, but not really for editing. Now, I have been very happy with the progress so far, and I will definitely continue to use org mode org-tree-slide-cursor-init/LaTeX for document production, and I wanted to also encourage you to give it a try. The main reason is that you will save a lot of time. You will save, in fact, not only time, but it will also make you efficient. For example, I prefer doing things, I prefer spending more time on things that will give me like return. And if I have to like more return, for example, if I have to make a proposal and if I'm sending it to a client, I don't really think any client would want like background images or like the most beautiful looking proposal. I think they care more about the content. As long as it is presentable, as long as you have the right information in it, people don't really mind. And if you're able to not only produce a document quickly, but also modify it, and if your turnaround time is good, for example, let us say today, if you approach me, Ravi, can you please help me with this Atlassian consultancy work? So, of course, I'm a consultant. This is what I do. And in my company, Sparksys, we of course deal with clients who approach us, and we have to, of course, when we talk about, the first thing that we do is we talk about their requirements, and then of course we make a proposal so that we can present to them that this is what we can do, this is what our understanding is of your requirements, and we'll probably start with a discovery workshop, and we'll do 5 or 6 phases in your project, and this is what we can offer. And you need to of course create some documents. Now, to do the same thing in Word file, of course you can, or in LibreOffice you can, but when you have to modify the same document again, you will actually end up with big files. And the whole idea of using org mode is because org mode is nothing but a text file which you can search. Now all my org files, not just my agenda files, but all of my org files that I work on, including my blog, including my proposals, including my notes that I take for my specific clients, they're all somewhere in a document, or not a document, but in a directory, which is part of my agenda path. So I think I shared it once with all of you. If not, I'll probably make a video on that particular topic, like how to recursively include all the org files in a directory, so that if you want, you can actually make those org files appear somewhere in your agenda. So I do that. I don't really have, of course, my agenda files. I think 3 or 4 or maybe 2 or 3 of those files are basically my org files, like my main org files where I track my work. But I also include my other org files where I want those org files to appear in my agenda, and I should be able to search those files using Emacs if I have to. Because let us say if I'm talking to a client and I'm on a call with the client, I'm of course making my notes, and the client wants me to reply, because when you make notes, and when you're making these notes using org mode, then you can of course insert timestamps. You can actually create some time and like some task or subtrees with timestamps, so that you can actually be reminded. So it's like a wonderful system, org mode. And the reason I'm using org mode for making proposals is because I already use org mode for a lot of things, and I think if I also include proposal writing in that particular workflow, then it will, because proposal is nothing but a document with some content that you can easily manage using org file. And I think you should also try, if you're thinking. The only reason I'm making this video is, although I have mentioned this in the past, that I use org mode for doing a lot of things like publishing a blog post, keeping track of my activities, like my tasks, my projects, I basically do each and everything that where I don't really need to collaborate with others. If I have to collaborate with someone else, I would of course use something like Jira if I'm working with a team. And usually when I work with my clients, I tell them that I'm happy to use your Jira instance, or you can use my Jira instance for tracking, let us say, this project. But for all of my personal project tracking, all of my notes, my document production, writing books, I try to use org mode. So it is like just using one tool, like a super efficient tool that is customized, highly customized for my own needs. And if you also want to do as much as you can using org mode, I think you should give it a try. I'm sure there are a lot of things, but I think for me, I think majority of my applications are terminal based. Even this video that I'm recording is basically being recorded using a shell script, which is based on FFmpeg. So if you're using a terminal-based application or anything which is in a text format, then you can version control it, you can basically automate it, and it is of course lightweight. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. And by the way, not only I'm making this video using my shell script, but I can also do things like zoom in to me or zoom out. So yes, there is a script which is doing, and I can also, so when I start the video, I of course started with music, which is now something that you can hear, which is basically nothing but MPD, and I'm controlling it using again some shortcuts. So when you're using these things that are highly customized to your own needs, you're saving time, you're getting efficient, and you can actually focus on things that actually matter. For example, I make videos every day and people think that I spend a lot of time. I don't. I hardly spend 10 minutes. So this video is going to be, so this video so far is like 11 minutes, and that is the only time I'm spending to record a video and share it with everyone. Of course, I'll upload it on YouTube, but before uploading, I'll also generate a screenshot or thumbnail, which is again using another script. All right, that is all. Bye bye.